Excuse me, what are you doing?
Who is it?
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. There's a channel from Belgium known for sharing raw camping experiences throughout the country, mostly deep within forests and remote locations. The creator often engages in what's called stealth camping, the act of spending the night in places that aren't officially meant for camping. The goal? Avoiding fees or remaining unnoticed. But that kind of strategy comes with its risks. In this particular episode, the camper takes on a challenge in February, setting out to camp in a well-known tourist destination, one that features a walkway and bike path going directly through the water, a bold choice for someone trying to stay hidden.
Hi guys, welcome to another adventure of Boon Like a Camp. Camp Like a Boon. I'm here to do the February challenge, the water challenge set by Basic Sam Camping, Basic Stealth Samming, Basic Stealth Camping and Adventures. Watch his channel. So it's a water challenge, and I picked a spot, a touristic place where people can walk and bike through the water. There are plenty of people walking now, and I have my huge backpack. I fit everything inside it, so no extra bag this time. But I cannot sneak in the place where I want to camp, so I will try the next best thing, and that's to do it more obvious, a bit too obvious. That's also a way of stealth camping. So I will use this stick. If stealthy doesn't work, just go all out. If you look too obvious, they don't expect you to camp.
With his backpack fully packed, no extra gear this time, he heads toward the site. But the original spot he hoped to camp in is too exposed, with many tourists still wandering around.
I'm waiting for the people there to leave. Because hey, that's a nice bird. What I was saying, I'm waiting for those people to leave, because in that forest behind them is where I'm going to set up camp. They're slowly leaving. They're taking pictures of the swans. Oh, guys, there is my spot.
Instead of sneaking around, he tries a different approach, acting casual and obvious, assuming that if he doesn't look like he's hiding, no one would suspect him of camping. Eventually, he identifies a more private area tucked into the woods. After waiting for people nearby to leave, he quickly sets up camp just as daylight begins to fade.
I'm out of breath, but let me take this off first. I can show you why I picked this spot.
A hammock, a fire, and a modest meal. Everything seems to be going according to plan.
It's now, I think, about 9 o'clock p.m. It's dark for some time. I don't expect many people around here anymore today, because it's Sunday night, Sunday evening, and everybody has to go to work tomorrow. Almost everybody, except me. I have an extra day off, especially for the February challenge. Special shout out to the Stealth Camping Alliance. Cheers, everybody.
But then, not long after darkness settles in, headlights appear, and not from another camper. A vehicle moves slowly through the woods, scanning the area. It's clearly not a coincidence.
Kom ja. We beginnen met een heel waslijst van bijvoorbeeld dateren. Ja, rol 4 schoten verboden door mijn bokje. Dus gewoon heel gestresseerd proces. Daar kunnen we op natuurlijk.
So guys, I got busted. I'm packing up my gear. I'm out of here. I have to go to the office. These foresters, they have an own office here at the domain. And they took my passport, they took 2 cameras. And we will see if what will be the verdict, I don't know. But I don't have much time. I have to pack and I have to walk all the way to my car that I parked further away. And I have to drive to their office and all this stuff. So, guys, I'm packing in the dark. What a boon adventure this is. Completely boring. Leave no trace. Except big tickets. We will see what the future will bring.
Moments later, he's confronted by park rangers. The encounter isn't recorded directly, but what followed was. They escort him out, collect his identification and camera equipment, and request he report to their office. Packing in the dark, he makes his way back to the car. The outcome? He's brought to the police station for questioning. Inside, voices are distorted for privacy, but it's revealed that he's let off with just a warning. No fine this time, but the message is clear. Stealth camping in highly visible or tourist-heavy areas is a serious offense. While this wasn't a paranormal encounter, it does highlight the very real risks that come with stealth camping, especially in areas under surveillance. Choosing to start a fire in a well-traveled public zone was a decision that almost guaranteed attention. It raises the question of whether stealth camping is even viable anymore in such popular locations, or whether it's becoming increasingly impossible with modern enforcement and surveillance. What would have happened if the rangers hadn't been as lenient? Could this quiet camping trip have turned into a legal nightmare? Let us know in the comments. Is the thrill of stealth camping worth the risk, or just asking for trouble in 2025? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. Jenna runs a peaceful camping channel known for its relaxing forest content, a refreshing contrast to the darker corners of YouTube, where every video involves some kind of sinister twist. This time, she set out into Crown Land for a simple bushcraft overnight trip. It was just her gear, and the quiet wilderness, or so she thought.
So I'm out here on Crown Land, and I'm going to do a little bit of a bushcraft camp out today. I have my backpack with my sleeping kit and my cooking kit. I have my tarp and some pegs, and I have the forest all to myself. I brought my buddy Herb with me to keep me company. You might remember Herb from our bike tour on the Icefields Parkway. He's going to be keeping me company while I'm out here alone in the woods. The river's definitely not frozen yet, so I'm walking over these logs to get across because there's a couple dead trees over there that I'm looking at taking down.
Her plan was straightforward: a solo night in the woods, complete with shelter building, a tarp setup, and some forest cooking. The weather was perfect, the area was remote, and she brought along her stuffed companion from a past trip as company. She began collecting dead logs, crossing the river carefully, and putting together a small makeshift shelter. Nothing unusual for her content. Everything was calm.
I'm basically just tying a clove hitch around the pegs before I nail them into the ground. And then popping some rocks on top of the peg just to seal it in. Cute. So this is it from the back. The weather's supposed to be beautiful tonight. We don't have any wind or rain or anything on the forecast, so this should work just fine. This is it from the inside. I want to get Herb all cozy in there.
But during her scouting earlier that day, a man in a white SUV had pulled up nearby and stared in her direction before driving off. She didn't think much of it at first. Then, while she was setting up camp, the same vehicle returned, and again, the driver sat in his car, watching. No words were exchanged, and again he drove away. It was unsettling, but she stayed. That changed when he came back a third time, parked near her camp, and silently stared once again before leaving. At that point, Jenna didn't wait around. She threw everything back into her pack, not neatly, just fast, and got out. Her only goal was to get back to her van and leave before the situation escalated.
I'm not even taking the time to pack up nicely because I just want to get out of here. Okay, goodbye to the campsite that once almost was. I don't think I left anything. Barely got everything in my bag because I didn't fold everything properly. I'm just trying to get out of here. I have half my stuff in my food bag. It's gonna be okay. He's not here right now. This is where he pulled out to, and he literally took a look at me and turned around and pulled out. But I know it was the same car. It was like a white SUV with a bag over the back of his window, and he turned around and I saw that same bag. So yeah, I'm fucking out of here. Even if that guy didn't mean any harm and he was just trying to camp here, I don't like when somebody knows where I'm camping when I'm by myself. I want to be hidden and unseen, and I don't want some man to know that I'm alone in the woods. I'm coming back to my van. Okay, back of the van. That was a mad dash. Luckily it's not dark out just yet, so I'm gonna head home. I don't like driving in the dark, but even in the van, I don't really want to sleep out here.
She didn't want to stick around to find out whether the man had bad intentions. Just the fact that someone kept returning and knew she was alone in the woods was enough. She drove away before nightfall, shaken but safe. Even if the man in the SUV was simply curious or considering the same camping area, his behavior was undeniably strange, showing up 3 separate times and never interacting. It may have been innocent, or it may not have been. But when you're alone, especially in an isolated forest with no cell service, the risk of being targeted is very real. This story serves as a reminder. If something feels off, it probably is. What if she had stayed the night? Would he have returned again, maybe under the cover of darkness? Let us know what you think in the comments. Was this just a strange coincidence? Alex, a photographer based in Albuquerque, New Mexico, often explores forgotten places, from underground tunnels to abandoned towns, capturing gritty, atmospheric shots of decay and isolation. On November 26, 2024, he uploaded footage from one of his latest solo trips, this time to Yeso, a nearly abandoned ghost town in eastern New Mexico. Like many of his adventures, the day was spent walking through empty streets, capturing images of crumbling structures, and appreciating the eerie silence of a place long forgotten. For Alex, solitude was part of the appeal. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he decided to park his camper van in the middle of town.
Deserted, so there's no one around. Some houses located on the outline area, on the outskirts of this town, maybe 4 or 5. But other than that, I'm pretty much surrounded by, the heater came and scared the hell out of me. Surrounded by just houses that are a ghost town. So let me show you. I'm having some pozole that I warmed up on the stove, and then give you a little bit of a tour. Have all the lights on. I have all the windows closed, including there's a curtain for the front that closes. This is the restroom here and the shower, and then like I said, I have the windows closed. That's all, the windows are closed.
Far from any main road, far from anyone. Or so he thought. After cooking a quiet dinner and giving a brief tour of his van setup, Alex settled in for the night. With all the windows covered and the interior warmly lit, it felt safe, even peaceful. The remoteness brought comfort in its own way. After all, what were the odds of someone stumbling upon a van in a town with no residents?
So anyways, I'm going to sign off, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay? Bye. Okay, guys. Something woke me up. I heard, I think, something like footsteps. I'm not sure if that's what woke me up. I put on my pants and my shoes, just for in case. I was asleep. I got all my windows closed. I got this light here, but I don't know if they can see it. But I suddenly heard footsteps. Something woke me up. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, fuck. Just for in case. Oh, shit, I heard the footsteps again. Looks like they went to the back. What the fuck? Okay, somebody's definitely outside. I don't think I'm gonna stay here. Honestly, I end up shooting somebody. Fuck. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? There's somebody inside. Son of a bitch. I don't even know if I want to go outside. Who is it? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm coming outside, man.
Sometime after falling asleep, he woke suddenly. A noise, something that sounded like footsteps, had stirred him from his rest. Not entirely sure what he'd heard, he got up and listened closely. Then he heard it again. The sound circled around the van. Soft, deliberate movement. Someone, or something, was outside. But that comfort didn't last. He stayed still, listening. Then came a knock, and then another. Whoever was outside wasn't announcing themselves. They weren't speaking, just walking, knocking, waiting.
Just so you know, I'm armed. I'm opening the door. Who's there? I don't see anybody.
The tension was unbearable. Grabbing a flashlight and preparing himself for the worst, Alex made a decision. Instead of waiting to see what would happen next, he opened the door and stepped outside. No one was there. Whoever it was had vanished into the night. Rattled and completely on edge, he didn't waste time. Within minutes, Alex packed up, started the van, and drove off, heading towards somewhere with lights, noise, and maybe even people. He never found out who was outside that night. It could have been someone passing through, a drifter who noticed his van and decided to investigate. Or maybe a prankster, someone watching from the shadows to scare a lone camper. But there's also the unsettling possibility that it wasn't a person at all. When you're that far off grid, even normal things can feel supernatural. But unexplained knocking, footsteps, and complete silence after confrontation? That raises more questions than it answers. What would have happened if he hadn't woken up? Or if he hadn't spoken up and mentioned being armed? Do you think it was just a curious stranger? Or something more disturbing hidden in the dark? Let us know what you believe. Because in ghost towns like Yeso, the silence might not mean you're alone. This unsettling moment was uploaded on March 16, 2022, by the YouTube channel Bigfoot Testimony. The footage captures a winter getaway. A group of friends had rented a secluded cabin to celebrate the Christmas holidays, surrounded by snowy wilderness. The mood was calm, cozy. Exactly the kind of peaceful retreat people imagine when escaping the city for a few days. But that calm atmosphere didn't last.
Fucking hell. Oh, okay. It's not an animal, is it? No, hang on.
While out for a casual hike through the surrounding forest, the group experienced something they couldn't explain. Out of nowhere, a loud, unnatural sound echoed through the trees, powerful and disorienting. Whatever it was, it didn't resemble any animal they were familiar with. The moment was captured briefly on video, but no context or follow-up was provided. There's no footage of what happened next, no footage of them returning to the cabin, no explanation from the people involved. And that silence is what made it more disturbing. Speculation among viewers was immediate. Some believed it could have been a geological phenomenon, tectonic plates shifting underground. Others were convinced it was something more elusive. Several comments mentioned having heard a similar sound before, often in remote places, often under strange circumstances. One recurring theory pointed to Bigfoot, a creature said to roam forests and emit unearthly vocalizations. But with no visible source and no additional evidence, it's impossible to be sure. What do you think it was? An unexplained natural event? A cryptid hiding just out of frame? Or something even more chilling? Let us know in the comments, because in remote places like this, sometimes the scariest part isn't what you see, it's what you hear. Ben, the creator behind 401 Files, is widely recognized for exploring the strange and unexplained, from eerie phenomena to ancient legends. His passion for solo camping and wilderness adventure often leads him into places where the line between reality and mystery begins to blur. On September 27, 2023, Ben set out once again, accompanied by his loyal dog Lily, to the North York Moors National Park in England. The region has long been considered a hotspot for unexplained occurrences, including sightings of figures, mysterious lights, and sounds with no source. For Ben, that reputation made it the perfect place to investigate, especially after dark.
You know, as with a lot of the places that I explore, throughout the day it's a beautiful location. There's not really much here now that is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Like, there's nothing here giving me a bad vibe. The hair isn't standing up on the back of my neck for any reason. It's just genuinely a beautiful location. But as we all know here on the channel, these locations, these hotspots for strange phenomena, take on a different character altogether after nightfall. Now, I'm not suggesting that things can't happen and people can't have experiences here throughout the day, because they can. And in fact, most of the things that come from this area, most of the report, do happen throughout the day. But I just feel like exploring and investigating in any location after nightfall makes the task that much easier, because eliminates straight away a lot of human and man-made things that we might hear or see. After nightfall in this location, there should be really no real reason for anybody to be here other than me.
As he explored the area in daylight, nothing felt unusual. The landscape was open, beautiful, and quiet. There was no sense of danger, just the peace that often comes with remote locations. But as the sun began to fade, Ben prepared for what he'd truly come for: a night investigation near the ruins of an ancient Roman fortification. The site, once part of a fortified outpost over 2,000 years ago, had long been tied to strange reports, shadow figures, whispers in the dark, and a lingering sense of being watched. Ben set up camp nearby and headed toward the ruins before darkness took full hold. His goal was simple: to see if anything unusual would happen in a place once alive with military presence, but now empty and forgotten. Then something strange occurred.
It's just there's so many coincidences happen after that.
I keep looking in, I keep checking in with Lily just to make sure that she's not picking up on anything, and right now she doesn't seem like she's alert. She's alert. Is that someone shouting? What the hell is that?
As he walked the grounds, a distant voice echoed through the moorland. It sounded like a person, but in such isolation, that possibility felt unlikely. He couldn't tell where it came from. Was it a real person, or something mimicking one? Despite the uncertainty, Ben stayed focused.
It would be so cool to hear something of that era, something that I could identify as being out of place. For example, the sounds of wooden wheels of a horse cart or something like that. You know, that just wouldn't be something that you'd hear up here, especially with it being on grass. So if I heard that, that would definitely be out of place. The sounds of chainmail or horses would also be out of place. It's actually a lot darker than it's appearing on the camera. On the camera it looks quite light, so I think that the camera must be working overtime to expose me correctly. Whereas here in real life, it's much darker. It's crazy to think that I'm near.
He began an EVP-style session, quietly asking questions into the darkness in hopes of a response. He called out to whatever, or whoever, might remain in this ancient place, but no clear sign came back.
If there is any Roman soldiers that were stationed in this barracks, that served here for any length of time, that wishes to communicate, please step close to the device held in my hand. If that was you that stepped close to the device in my hand, could you please do this again? Was you a Roman soldier here? Make the lights on the device go up to indicate that you was. Was you stationed here as a Roman soldier?
As the evening deepened, he monitored Lily's behavior. She was alert, watching, listening, but not afraid. That alone kept him grounded. Eventually, with no more activity and the temperature dropping, Ben returned to camp. The voice he heard earlier still echoed in his thoughts. The sound could have been anything: wind, a bird, or even another camper just beyond view. But given the location and Ben's isolation, it's hard to explain. Some believe remnants of traumatic or powerful human experiences, like those at ancient battle sites, leave impressions behind. Others suggest it might have been a phenomenon known as residual energy, events replaying like echoes caught in time. But another possibility remains, that it wasn't human at all. What if something was trying to communicate that night? Not with words, but presence. Was it coincidence? A trick of the ear? Or did Ben unknowingly step into something far more ancient and far less human? Let us know what you believe, because in places like this, silence doesn't always mean you're alone. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.